Hello, my dear students. Good day to all of you. In this chapter, as we discussed, four types of hydrocarbons: alkanes, alkenes, alkynes, and the arenes. First three belongs to aliphatic, last one belongs to aromatic. So this is our hydrocarbons journey. In all the four cases, we have to study preparation, properties, and uses. Already we learnt about alkanes, and yesterday on alkenes, their preparation. Now today we are going to discuss properties of alkenes. I welcome you all for today's session on properties of alkenes. Totally we have to study less on physical properties, more on chemical properties. Okay. As usual, physical properties are alkenes are non-polar, all organic non-polar, as usual insoluble in water but soluble in the organic solvents. They are less dense, so therefore they float. And lower alkenes, whether it is alkane, alkene, alkyne, arene, lower members are usually gases, and middle members are liquids. As you move in the series, homologous series, higher members more than 18 carbon atoms number 18, they are solids. Okay, so this is the normal trend we see in all the organic homologous series. Okay, right. The alkenes has a boiling point which is a small number of degrees lower than the corresponding alkanes. So due to this what van der Waals force of attraction and their saturation and the unsaturation. So these are physical properties of alkanes. What we saw in the case of alkane, where in the isomers of pentane, as the branching is more, less contact of surface area, so it is what boiling point difference is there. In the same way, here also in the alkenes, wherever you find isomers where it is a more of branching due to the less surface area contact, here also we find the same pattern in the boiling point and the melting point, whichever is applicable. So some points are common and only few area they differ. Okay, that depends upon the structure part. So now after understanding on physical properties, now we'll go to the chemical properties of alkenes. Okay, alkenes and the alkynes, they have double bond or the triple bond. Okay, double bond, triple bond means they go for the sideway overlapping, causing the formation of pi bond, and pi bond is weaker bond compared to the sigma bond. Therefore, conclusion is alkenes and the alkynes are called as electron rich center, because in the alkene one pi bond and in the alkynes two pi bonds, they can be easily ruptured, they can be easily broken. Therefore, anyone who is in need of electron or anyone who is having positive charge, for example electrophile, so they easily attack on the double bond or triple bond. So they easily undergo addition reactions. But in the case of alkanes, they don't have double or triple bond, all are single bond. Therefore, they do not undergo addition reactions. Instead, they undergo substitution reactions. So let us learn first addition reactions of alkenes. When the attacking reagent attacks on the carbon-carbon double bond, we get a single product known as addition product, or in short adduct. So addition products of alkenes are called as adducts. So some examples are addition of bromine, Br2. How it will add? First you find carbon-carbon double bond. Okay, on this carbon one Br, on this carbon another Br, equally they attack, so that CH2 one Br here, CH2 one Br, here is the product dibromoethane. In the same way, water is made up of two H and OH minus. Okay, one on the C, one on the OH, so it is what? CH3 CH2 OH, ethanol. Okay, addition of hydrogen, 2H, 1H here, 1H here, CH3 CH3, unsaturation to the saturation, ethene to the ethane. Same rule is applicable for the last one, which is very important, polymerization, where same molecules undergo many times addition and a big huge molecule is formed. It is known as what? Polymer. So ethene on polymerization becomes polythene. Vinyl chloride on polymerization becomes a polyvinyl chloride. So polythene and the polyvinyl chloride, in short, it is called as PVC. We use every day in our life in the form of electrical cables, plastic bags, etc., etc. Okay, right. Now, this is the most important part of alkenes. Addition of halogen hydro what hydrohalogens. Okay, HBr, HCl, HI, HF. Okay, they are called as hydrogen halides. So let us learn addition of hydrogen halides on alkenes. Okay, right. There, in the previous example, we were adding Br2, I2, H2, okay, which are similar. Br, Cl, Cl, I, HH. But here in HBr, one is H, one is Br. In HBr, there is a covalent bond. Bromine is more electronegative. So bromine withdraws a share of electrons, causing partial negative charge on the bromine and the partial positive charge on the H. So this H plus will attack on the electron rich center, whereas Br will attack on the electron deficient center. Okay. So but here the problem is, normally what we saw in the previous reaction, two H atoms equally adds on the carbon-carbon double bond. Okay. Same in the same way HBr also adds on the carbon-carbon double bond. You see here, carbon-carbon double bond. H here, Br here, or Br here, H here, whichever is positive, it is left to us. Either H attacks here, then Br attacks here, or if H attacks here, Br attacks, because both are CH2, CH2, it is called symmetrical alkene. When alkene belongs to symmetrical or symmetrical alkene, anywhere it will attack. Ultimately, the product is what? CH3, CH2, Br, bromo, ethane. But when we take the unsymmetrical alkene, okay, this is also symmetrical alkene because it is a butene. This is carbon-carbon double bond. This side also same unit CH3. This side also same unit CH3, like this. On the carbon-carbon double bond, this side H2, this side H2. Here on the carbon-carbon double bond, HCH3, HCH3. They belongs to symmetrical alkenes. So on the symmetrical alkenes, addition of HBr is very easy. Anywhere it can attack. Okay, therefore either H attacks here or here. Accordingly, product is same. It is 2-bromo-butane in this case and bromoethane in the first case. Now next question is, if you take unsymmetrical alkene, okay, for example propene double bond is here, okay, CH double bond CH2, this is the double bond here. On the carbon-carbon double bond, on the right side 2 hydrogen atoms, and on the left side it is H on the carbon and CH3 at the extreme left end. So it is not symmetrical. You please compare the structure of ethene, butene with propene. Propene is unsymmetrical alkene. This time, if you add HCl or HBr, how it will add? There what we saw, anywhere it is allowed to attack on the carbon-carbon double bond, but here whether H attacks on this or this carbon. Okay, by chance, if H attacks here, what is the product? CH3, CH2, single bond, CH2Br, or Cl, where it is, this is. If H attacks on this carbon, the product is CH3, CH2, CH2Br. By chance, if H attacks on this carbon, Cl attacks on this carbon, then CH3, CHCl, CH2 plus 1 H extra H, CH3. So the product is CH3, CHCl, CH3. That means there are two possibilities in the case of unsymmetrical alkene. One is 1 chloropropane, other one is 2 chloropropane. But which one is formed? What is the correct attack? Whether H attacks on the left carbon or the right carbon in the case of unsymmetrical alkene. So this is studied, or this is the research work of what? Famous scientist Markovnikov. So according to the Markovnikov's rule, he has made a rule, his opinion. So first we understand what is Markovnikov's rule, then we understand which product is feasible or forms, but here is given clue that this is the major product or the main product, around 80%. This is around 20% are the minor product. Why? Let us see the research work of Markovnikov. He is the Russian scientist Markovnikov, who says that Markovnikov, a Russian chemist, made a generalization in 1869. These generalization led Markovnikov to frame a rule called Markovnikov rule. The rule stated that during the addition across unsymmetrical multiple bond or unsymmetrical alkene or the alkyne, that he means the negative part of the addendum. Addendum means what? Attacking molecule. If HBr is attacking, HBr is called as addendum. That means attacking the molecule. So negative part of the attacking molecule joins with the carbon atom which carries smaller number of hydrogen atoms, while the positive part goes to the carbon atom with more hydrogen atom. Oh, right. So let us make it simple. Addition of HBr or HCl on unsymmetrical alkene takes place according to what? According to the negative part of the adding molecule goes to the carbon atom of the carbon-carbon double bond which contains less number of hydrogen atoms. Okay, right. CH3, CH double bond CH2 as usual propene, HBr. There I took HCl, now I am taking HBr, hydrogen halide. Okay, right. Now, here what happens here? There are two. This Markovnikov, why he says negative part will add on the carbon which contains the less hydrogen atom? It is because this reaction has taken the route of carbocation. That means this reaction goes via carbocation intermediate. That is called mechanism part of the reaction. So because it is taking the carbocation route, therefore two carbocations are formed. One is what? One is CH3, CH2, CH2Br plus. That means what? H will add here, Br will add here. That means CH3, CH2, CH2Br. Okay. By chance, if H will adds here, that time what happens? CH3, CH, CH3Br. This is the carbocation. Now this carbocation is what? Secondary carbocation. This is the primary carbocation. Let us recall our previous discussion where we learnt electronic effect. Secondary carbocation is more stable than the primary carbocation. Because stability is more with the secondary carbocation, it will survive compared to the primary carbocation. Therefore, when the survival of the carbocation is more in the case of secondary, so this will be the part of the chemical reaction, and on this Br attacks. Accordingly, product is formed. So I have taken only the secondary carbocation here, CH3, CH, CH3. This is the carbocation. On this Br minus will attack. So the expected product is 2-bromopropane, not the 1-bromopropane. So this is strictly according to the Markovnikov's rule via carbocation route. But if you carry out this reaction in the presence of peroxide, especially the benzoyl peroxide, okay, that time it goes against the Markovnikov's rule. This effect is called as what? Peroxide effect or Kharasch effect. Kharasch is the scientist who has discovered this reaction or studied this reaction. So only in the presence of what? Peroxide. Otherwise, it will take Markovnikov's rule. By chance, if you carry out addition of hydrogen halide on the unsymmetrical alkene in the presence of peroxide, especially the benzoyl peroxide, then it will not go according to the Markovnikov's rule. And this is called as what? Anti-Markovnikov's rule or peroxide effect or Kharasch effect. Okay. Why? Because it is not going via carbocation route. In the case of benzoyl peroxide, it is taking the free radical mechanism. See, routes are different. Depend upon the route, product is formed. So that was the carbocation route. This is the free radical route. Okay, let us say understand how the anti-Markovnikov's rule takes place in the presence of peroxide. This is the benzoyl peroxide, which is the main reason for the free radical mechanism. Undergoes homolysis. So this one electron falls here, one electron falls here. Okay. So this is the free radical, right? And this one, what happens here? This bond falls here, and this will fall here. CO2 comes out, and phenyl free radical is formed. This phenyl will react with HBr, where HBr undergoes the homolysis. Br and H plus will form C. Okay, then the Br free radical attacks on two ways, either on this way or this way. Two ways. Accordingly, two free radicals are formed here. One is the primary free radical, other one is secondary free radical. Here also secondary free radical is more stable, so that I am taking here on the secondary free radical. Okay, now again homolysis. H will add on this going for CH3, CH2, CH2. Already we are added here. The only thing H will add on the this CH free radical, forming the major product. This is because of what? Free radical mechanism. Okay, right. So who has done this one? This is done by the Kharash. Okay, now this is the final product, minor product. Okay, and in this case, only this effect is seen only in the case of HBr, not in the case of HCl and the HI, because if you see the bond enthalpy of HCl and the HBr, HCl is stronger than the HBr. Therefore, it is difficult to break. One reason. And if you compare HBr with HI, HI is very less bond enthalpy. What happens when the bond enthalpy is so low? HI dissociates into HI plus and the I minus. Immediately, I will come with one more I and forms I2 instead of adding on the free radical. Therefore, HI too low bond enthalpy, HCl high bond enthalpy, HBr moderate bond enthalpy. So for the peroxide effect, HBr is preferred. Okay, right. Kharash, who has done the research work on effect of HBr on unsymmetrical alkene. Oh, what a nice reaction of hydrogen halide on the unsymmetrical alkene. Let us stop here. Okay, so in the next discussion, we discuss some other chemical properties of alkene. Till then, bye and have a nice time.